It was a Sunday morning at Mike and Maria's house. The clock had just struck 8. Maria had woken from bed and was cleaning out the eye boogers from her eyes. Mike was still sound asleep. It was another beautiful day in the state of California. Maria loved to wake up early in the morning and cook breakfast. Mike, on the other hand, would much rather sleep in. Maria made sure to wake up Mike by offering him a home-cooked breakfast Mike could never refuse. "Wake up, Mike. It's time to rise and shine," she said, shaking him back and forth. Mike covered his face with a pillow and let out a long groan. "It's too early, Maria. Can't we keep sleeping?" he asks. "It's Sunday, for goodness sake." Maria pulls the pillow from his face and taps his face with her hand. "Come on, wake up. I'm going to cook breakfast. I'm making pancakes and eggs, your favorite," she says to Mike, hoping to get him out of bed. Mike reluctantly gets out of bed and walks to the kitchen. He could not say no to pancakes for breakfast. Maria made the best pancakes in the world. He was indifferent about eggs. Maria did not know about this. The sun peered through the window and blinded him. He closed the shutters to block the sunlight. Maria began to cook, while Mike served himself a tall glass of orange juice. Mike sat down at the table and let out a big yawn. Unlike Maria, he was not an early bird. Maria finished cooking the eggs and pancakes and served both her and Mike the food. She sat down with Mike and had a conversation while eating breakfast.
The title of this is Getting Acquainted with American Culture, American Life. And I think those who study English in a foreign country should become aware of the American culture. It makes more sense about what the words mean and what the stories mean. And in addition to those who would do business with Americans and or travel to America, need to know something about the culture. Uh, Cultures are important, but almost every nation has a different culture. There's a lot of similarities. There's more similarities than there are differences, but those differences we should try to understand. Now, in this story, we start off, it was Sunday morning, and Mike and Maria's house, the clock has struck 8, and Maria had awoken from the bed, and so on and so forth. Sunday morning in most of the Christian world simply means a time when you don't have to work, you're supposed to go to church, and I think in America, a lot of people do go to church because the country was founded on religion, and religion seems to be an important part of the life of Americans. They take it very seriously. That doesn't mean everybody does, but Sunday morning, myself as a child and myself as an adult would go to church on Sunday morning. And maybe that has diminished over a period of time, but Sunday morning is the time we sort of lay in. Lay in means we are going to sleep late and we're not going to get up until we have to, probably when we're hungry. And you see this that he wants to stay in bed. It's 8 o'clock and he doesn't want to get up. But Maria has woken up from the bed and was cleaning the eye boogers. Now, that's not a nice word in English, but eye boogers, you can perhaps understand. When you wake up in the morning, you have this hard substance in the corners of your eyes, and you sort of have to flick your fingers around and try to get rid of it. Then it's California. And California has its own lifestyle. It's different in many ways from lifestyle in other parts of the country. It's a place that is in a desert, so there happens to be a lot of sunshine and not much rain. And so people tend to live a different lifestyle in California. Now, Maria's getting up and she's going to cook breakfast. Well, generally, breakfast in the United States is eggs and pancakes or bacon and eggs or whatever. We don't tend to, sometimes people have, say, cereal, which would be like cornflakes or oatmeal, and that usually is during the week, where everybody seems to be in a hurry to get to work, and they just get up, grab it fast, and maybe a cup of coffee and a roll, or a cup of coffee and a bowl of cereal and so forth. But on Sunday morning is a special day, and that's the day in which we're going to have a really good breakfast. Here we're going to have a breakfast of pancakes and eggs, and maybe even some bacon. It doesn't say anything about that. Okay. Here we use the expressions, and I'm going to try to explain the expression like rise and shine, rise and shine. Rise and shine means simply get up, smile on your face, have a breakfast. Sort of refers to the sun that rises and shine, okay, but sort of taken from that expression, but essentially it means get up, be happy for this day, okay? Often we use the expression goodness sakes. Well, goodness sakes is sort of one of those things that instead of saying for God's sake, or something like that, we're being we don't want to use profanity generally in American society. So especially a family society, so we say, for goodness sakes, okay, you understand that. The sun peered through the window and blinded him. Well, I think you can figure that out for yourself. It did. It's sort of like the sun comes through the window. The window's probably open and sunlight is coming in. And he closed the shutter to block the sunlight. So that indicates the shutters are like Venetian blinds, something that you cover the window with. And I think you understand that you pull cord and, and it cuts off the light. But we call it Venetian blinds.